Good afternoon. My name is Marcos Gonzalez. I'm the director at the Office of Accessibility, and our function is to provide access to programs and services as defined by the law to individuals with documented disability. It was brought to my attention that there is this misconception that sickle cell anemia is not a disability. That is not true. I am going to read the definition of a disability, or a disability as defined, right? According to the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and the 504 National Rehabilitation Act of 1973, a person with a disability is defined as a person who has or is regarded as having any mental or physical condition that substantially impairs or restricts one or more major life activities, such as performing normal tasks. That is, walking, seeing, hearing, speaking, breathing, learning, and working. This includes, but is not limited to, such disabling conditions as individual impairments, psychological/emotional disabilities, speech and or hearing impairments, mobility impairments, or learning disabilities. If the condition meets this definition, then it is a disability.
Sickle cell is a blood disorder that causes a lot of pain and discomfort, being to the fact of lack of oxygen supply to the body.
Some of the toughest challenges I have dealt with around sickle cell is just it's always being in pain. And also, because it's an invisible disease, people, they look at me and they think nothing is wrong, but I can be in excruciating pain and they look at me like, oh, you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you. It's an invisible disease and they don't know. And some doctors, they'll tell you that you're fine, knowing that they studied it. You're not fine.
Honestly, if we speak it candidly, no, there aren't supported, the government doesn't support sickle cell as well as they support MS, cancer, AIDS, and so on. Like, ALS gets more support and that affects less people than sickle cell. Mainly, my reason for that, my reason for saying no is because I think just because it mainly affects African Americans in this country, that we don't get a lot of support. Don't get me wrong, it affects multiple races, but being that it mainly affects African Americans in this country, we don't get the lack of support. I don't know why, but we just don't. It's classified as a terminal illness. So, like, it's right next to cancer. It's a fucked up disease, just like cancer is. We don't get enough support, honestly. I feel that way. In the hospitals and government-wise, there's no big sickle cell walk, there's no big sickle cell day. Like, there's none of that. Like, you might have a few things here and there, but it's not like the presence behind everything else. Like, they push breast cancer awareness, they push HIV/AIDS awareness, they push ALS awareness. They had a whole challenge for ALS, that whole 2014, and then 2015, and still sickle cell still doesn't get the same support as ALS. That doesn't even only affects white men. Let's be real.
So, as a student, I was actually, sidebar, before I became a student at Birmingham Community College, I was homeschooled for both middle school and high school. When I was in elementary, there were plenty of times where the government wanted to take me and my brother away because my teachers would never tell their superiors why I'm missing school, so they would think that I'm being abused or something is wrong at home. Nothing was wrong at home. I was just sick at home or I'm sick in the hospital. So after a while, I missed so much school that well, me and my brother went to school that one time he was held back. They wanted to hold me back. So our only option was homeschool. I wanted to homeschool. People still looked at me like nothing's ever going to happen to you. But I fought that. And I busted through And there are plenty of times where I did get really sick. Every single semester I've been hospitalized at least once for a minimum of a week and a half. There are plenty of times where you look around and you're like, I think it's time for me to quit. But I, unlike other people, I took advantage of the services at the schools. I took advantage of tutoring. I told these professors up front how I am and what I'm dealing with. That way they don't get blindsided if I ever do have to go to the hospital or if I do miss assignments. Some people don't know when you have sickle cell, you're more susceptible for getting other diseases. I have arthritis, which I can't type. I have asthma. I have a whole lot of other. I have lupus. It's a horrible disease because think about it. Your blood is your foundation, and if your foundation is messed up, then your whole body can become messed up. That's why you're more susceptible for getting other diseases, and you have lower immune systems. But I'm glad that I had a support system. Everybody needs help in some way, shape, or form. Mine is just physical.
Yes, I have experienced my own personal discrimination because I had sickle cell. It comes with sickle cell because, like I said, mainly African Americans are dealing with this disease in America. You know how this country feels about African Americans already. You know, we're not going to get into that. But yes, personally, they think we're drug addicts. They think we're not in real pain. So they be like, "Are you really in pain, or you just want this medicine?" I had a doctor tell me that to my face. So, and they'll take blood tests just to see if you're in pain, which you can't tell from a blood test if you're in pain or not. Your hemoglobin doesn't tell that. They think that we all junkies. We all like the drugs. Mind you, I'm not a drug addict. I don't touch drugs. I don't do drugs. This is how they feel. Sometimes it makes me feel like I don't even want to take the medicine because they already think I'm this kind of way.
Other times throughout my life where I have felt discriminated against is also at the hospital. You would believe that when you go to the hospital, it's a safe place, but it being sickle cell being a predominantly black disease, and then two, because we are people that go through a lot of pain, we get looked at as drug seekers. We get looked at as